You open your fridge, pull out the vegetable drawer, and there it is. A little plastic slider on the front. Maybe it says high and low. Maybe it just shows a picture of a leaf. You've slid it back and forth once and then forgotten it existed. But what does it actually do? Is it a temperature control, making that drawer colder than the rest of the fridge? Is it decoration? Or is it, as most people quietly assume, completely pointless? The truth is stranger, and it matters more than you'd think. That slider is not a temperature control. It controls an invisible gas. And if you've been setting it the wrong way, you have been quietly rotting your own vegetables for years. Welcome to Breakdownz, the story behind everything. Today, the tiny slider almost nobody understands, and the patents that reveal what it was really built to do. Here's the first surprise. In a survey commissioned by Bosch in 2010, 55% of people admitted they didn't know how to use their crisper drawer controls. 40% had never once moved the setting. They weren't being lazy. The feature was simply never explained, because that slider isn't touching the temperature at all. Behind it is a small vent, a gap between the sealed drawer and the cold air of the main fridge. Slide it one way and the vent closes, trapping moisture inside. Slide it the other way and the vent opens, letting that moist air escape. That is the whole machine: a slider, a flap, and a hole. To understand why that matters, you have to know that the produce in your fridge is still alive. It is still breathing. And as it breathes, two things happen. First, it loses water. Leafy greens and thin-skinned vegetables give up moisture to the dry fridge air and go limp. That's wilting. Trapping humidity behind a closed vent slows it down. But some produce does something else. Apples, pears, avocados, ripe bananas. They exhale a gas called ethylene. Ethylene is a ripening hormone. In open air, it drifts away harmlessly, but seal it inside a closed drawer and it builds up, ordering everything around it to ripen faster and rot sooner. One aging apple can spoil an entire drawer. And that is the answer to the question almost nobody thinks to ask. Why do the two crisper drawers so often have opposite settings, one high and one low? Because your produce splits into two enemies that can't share a room. Wilt-prone greens need moisture trapped in, and they are the ones ethylene damages most, so they go in the closed, high-humidity drawer. Ethylene-spewing fruit needs that gas vented out, so it goes in the open, low-humidity drawer. Two drawers, opposite settings, solving two opposite problems. Put them together, and the fruit gasses the greens to death while rotting itself. How much does this actually change things? In a study published in 2011, butterhead lettuce stored at low humidity lost up to 75% of its shelf life compared to lettuce kept humid. Some produce is so sensitive that kiwi fruit begins softening at just 5 to 10 parts per billion of ethylene, according to researchers at UC Davis. That is the difference between a week and a weekend, and it adds up. Produce is the single biggest category of food Americans throw away, more than meat or dairy, according to the nonprofit ReFed. A shocking amount of that waste begins with a slider set the wrong way. So who built this quiet little system? The paper trail runs deep. General Motors patented a hydrator drawer with an adjustable moisture damper, granted in March 1977. Then in December 1985, engineers at Amana were granted a patent titled, simply, Crisper Humidity Control. It described a sliding gate that opens and closes a vent to hold humidity in or let it out. That patent, from 1985, is essentially the slider sitting in your fridge right now. And if your crisper has no slider at all, then it is sealed at high humidity by default, which is exactly why loose fruit belongs somewhere else in the fridge. And here's the strangest twist: that same ethylene is used on purpose. Bananas and tomatoes are shipped unripe and gassed in ripening rooms to redden on cue. Your fridge drawer is quietly fighting the exact chemistry the grocery industry weaponizes. So the next time you reach into that drawer, you'll know the secret hiding on the front of it. It was never a temperature dial. It's a valve for a gas you can't see, quietly deciding whether your vegetables last for days or for weeks. If this changed the way you look at something you touch every day, hit subscribe for more stories like this. Have a blessed day or night, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.